Hey everybody, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I am working on Tina's Mass Makes. We're on day 30. I can't believe we've gotten this far. And I actually thought all my traveling was going to cause a problem. This is the last one I'm going to film before I leave. But I honestly didn't think I was going to get enough of them filmed and uploaded to cover my week. So yeah, I'm just thrilled that happened. But anyway, so we made it to week 30, and these are stand-up wardrobe pockets, journaling spots. Like this one I might just leave as a journaling spot. I folded that one, and then I have this one. This one maybe I put a pocket in here. But basically these are, I like this size better than this size. These can get glued down as little tucks. I think these are kind of cool. The big deal is the closure. And she did a couple of different ones. We're going to try a couple of different ones and see how it goes. So I'm going to put this off to the side. I have a couple of pieces of paper here we're going to trim up, and we're going to go to town on these, just folding them, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with them once we've got them folded. So these came out of a book. They have perforated edges, and as you can see, they have some yummy designs on them. So I'm going to cut off the perforated edge at the bottom of this one. Okay, so we're going to take that off. And then I'm going to make this, that was 8 inches wide. So I'm going to make this 8 inches wide. And then we have this extra piece if we want to make pockets out of it. Okay, so let's get them all cut. So I'm going to trim. This one is supposed to go that way. I mean, directionality wise, but I don't mind these are macarons. I don't mind them sitting on their sides as so much as I mind that sitting on its side. So we're going to do this one as a stand-up one like we did the others. Cut that off of there. I mean, actually, this is 8.5, I think. Let's see. These things don't actually sit your paper straight. Okay, so that's 8 wide. Now, how tall do I want it? 8.5 tall, maybe? Remember, you know me. I'm like, tallest I could possibly want to use it. Because this is something I could cut down. So that's that one. Let's do this one the same way we did this one. So we're going to do it 8 inches this way. I actually try to use the lines on here rather than this because I don't think this and this are even. Oops. Is that already 8 inches? I guess it is. Yikes. I messed up my edge. That's okay. We're going to cut it down this way, so I'll cut that off. Okay. I'm going to cut it to 8.5 this way. I'll just cut all that off. Okay, good. All right, now. One we might be able to use with a pocket I have sitting over here, so we'll try it in a minute. Okay, now the reason I did these 8 this way is because me being the measury type that I am, this allows me to fold my flaps at 2 inches each. And I don't have to worry about trying to meet, not making them even without me. Basically, your flaps are going to be half of your inside. So you figure out how wide you want your inside to be. And this actually makes it 4 inches wide. So too much wider than that. I mean, I suppose you could do 5 inches, and then you would want your paper to be 10 inches wide. No. Yeah. 10 inches wide. 2.5 on each side. Don't listen to me. I mean, don't just, yeah. I'm good at math. I swear I am. I have a science degree. Okay, so we'll do this one. We're going to fold in. What is my... We're going to fold into here. I like using the grid for folding. It allows me to make my folds precise, I suppose you could say, as far as like if I want to fold in a certain distance, using the grid helps me do that. So we have that. That's fun. Using a like food cookie journal, something like that. This one's a little shorter because I cut it the other way. But it's still 8 inches wide, so we're still going to go 2 inches on this flap. I never really realized that the stripes were on opposite sides. Yeah, that's right. I looked at that and I went, oh my gosh, I cut it wrong. Oh, those are not lining up. That would bug me. Okay, that's going to be a different kind of... They just don't line up. That doesn't make any sense. It's a stripe across the page. It should line up, shouldn't it? Okay, whatever. I'll just have to put edges on it or something. I don't know. That's freaky. All right. So that's what they look like, right? Yeah. Okay, so we have this one, and we have these two that I did ahead of time, and there we have it. Now, I punched some... One of your methods for doing this can be policy closure. Now, you know me, I like to reinforce. So I'm going to glue 2 of these together, and then we're going to punch something thick to be the... yeah, we're going to need a bottom piece because I'm not going to go through the page. I don't feel like messing with all that. So we're going to need a bottom piece that glues down to the page. I suppose it doesn't have to be real thick. So I could probably just take a piece of this stuff that I've been using for... Okay, we'll do this one. And I've got some thread over here nearby that we can grab to wrap around, and then we'll get this one closed. We'll get a closure on it. So this is one idea for a closure. Oh, there's one there like that. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay. So that's one, or 2 little policy things anyway. People are doing laundry. Okay, I punched these to use for the bottoms, and what we'll do is I'll get a pokey tool, and we will poke through all of the layers. You know me and Sember, guys. We're not friends. Okay, and then we're going to get a couple of brads. We need this. Ooh, are those too long? That's the one thing I hate about a lot of these brads is for some reason those pegs on that stick. See, that sticks out way past my circle. So, like, even if I wanted to use that because it would be decorative, I can't. It's because it's too big. So I keep using these because it's the only thing with short enough feet. Okay, there's one. There's one. And we'll put this back. Okay, now since I'm not going into the pages, we're just going to glue them on. I can do this, and then I can... kind of separate like this. Just kind of make sure there's space in there. And then I'm going to put this one. Now I always take the end of one of these and like push on the center just to make sure that this center part is flat. Okay. Maybe we'll do this. Okay. So let's glue this down. Where did my... There we go. Just bring my little doors over. We can glue them high. We can glue them right here in the middle. I might glue them a little high. I don't know. I can't decide if I want them on the flowers. But if I just tie it up there, all this is going to sit open. I feel like you have to have it kind of centered. So it's just going to have to be on the flowers. Okay, so we're going to get this back piece. This back piece will get glued down, and then the twine will go in the middle. As a matter of fact, what I might do is cut off my twine. Look how curly it is. I'm being wrapped around here. Cut off my twine, and maybe I can tie it. I don't know if it's easier to tie it before you put it down, because you can manipulate it, or after, because it's stuck to the page and it won't move. Okay, so do it that way. Oh, it caught itself. Between. There we go. And it gets a little bit of a knot in there, so okay. And then you can cut this one off. Okay, and then we'll glue this down. This one. I'm going to have to get a new stick. I got to get it out of the box, though. The sticks I have in that little bin over there are like my filler sticks for stuff other than this. Okay, and then you just lift this up and tuck it under there, and then you can go around like that. You don't really have to go around too many times. It just happens to be how much thread I have. And maybe this time I just come around like that. You can also, if you've decided that that's too much thread, you can also just, you know, there. And then I can tuck that under there, and there you have it. So, and this is lightweight. So the other thing about this one is if I was going to mount, like, say I wanted to mount journaling spots in here. I would probably get some cardstock and mount panels, and it would toughen this up some. So we might do that in a few minutes after we're going to put that back up there. And we're going to look at this one. Okay, now, no, actually we're not. We're going to look at this one. Now, my other thought for this was, let's get this bad boy out. Oh no, those are too big. I don't want anything that big. Where are my little ones? This is my little ones. Here we go. See, I've got some gray ones in here. Okay. So I'm going to get two of these gray ones out of here. And we're going to punch two holes. I'm going to punch one. This is kind of not thick, so And then we'll punch one on the same, in the same area over here. Hopefully that's close. Huh, one's higher than the other, but we'll make do. Okay, and then we're going to put eyelets in here. Okay, and we're going to okay, that's one. Oh, I forgot that one wasn't in yet. Okay. I find it easier to put the hole up on the little spike that's sticking down. I wish the spike was on the bottom. Even if that meant you had to do them upside down, I wish the spike was on the bottom. Okay. I might use that again, so I'll just keep it out. And then what I thought we would get is... I have a black and white baker's twine. This doesn't have to be big. You can just stick it through. Now, of course, this means if you've got it like this, this means that one side or the other is going to have to keep getting untucked. So for my money, if I'm going to have to keep untucking them, for my money, I would do the glue trick on the ends. So I would tie this. A little bow, maybe. See, cute, right? And then I would take my, you guys know me and how much I love getting glue on my fingers. So this is not something I do lightly. But I would take my, because these are just going to keep coming undone. And my glue is not going to cooperate with me because it knows how much I hate getting glue on my fingers. Okay, and then I would take the end and roll it in the glue. And hopefully that'll hold it together, like make a hard end on there. Let's do it again. Okay, and we'll let the string sit off to the side and dry, but there's another idea for a closure. Now, normally, I probably would think about this ahead of time and reinforce these. This is kind of a very, very lightweight cardstock, heavyweight paper. So, depending on how much you like putting eyelets in. Now, one you could do that would not require you to take the string in and out might be for you to, hold on, let me put these away. Oh, that's attached. If I did, oh, it's over here. I'm looking all over the place and it's right next to me. I wonder, oh, I could do brown. I like brown. There's brown stems on the cherries. Okay. So we're going to get a bigger one. And again, normally, this is already relatively good journaling space. How wide is, these are 2 inches wide, right? I'm only going to do one side of this. So maybe I'll go ahead and think about what would I want to line this with. I suppose I could do brown since the stems of the cherries are brown. You could write on this. Okay, so let me cut. You guys love it when I say that. All right, how tall did I make this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one is 7 3/4. Okay. I'm going to need my little kick out thingy. And we're going to make it it's 2 inches wide, so we're going to make it 1 3/4. One 3/4. We'll cut another one this 1 3/4. That is where I cut that, right? Yeah. And then the middle is 4, right? So we'll cut that 3 3/4. Okay, and then I've got a piece to use for something else. And then we need to cut the height. So I said it was 7 3/4, so we're going to cut them 7 1/2. 7 1/2. 7 1/2. And 7 1/2. All right, let's glue all these down. Sorry, my husband started a spin cycle. So, yeah. You know what we're going to do? Just for the heck of it. Where's my... I want to cut these outer corners. Maybe I'll do them all. Oh good, it's done. Okay. Now, do I want to add any red? Uh-oh, here comes somebody. Okay, so I was thinking we could do this one up. I'm going to need... Do I have one? Do I have one for this color already? I feel like I've used this before. I don't think that's it. No, definitely not. Oh, that's black. Blue, okay, so I'm gonna have to get a new pad because I don't see a pad with that on it. Fine. I keep making new pads. That's why I have that little bin in there, so I can go back and get a... Now, I'm thinking I'm going to have to blend colors because I'm thinking this is not going to be red enough. I also put too much in the... Let's see how it looks on this side. It's very orange. And I'm not sure what to blend with it to make it more red. I don't know if mahogany would be too dark. So, being that these are 100 days, it's kind of hard to... I mean, I just asked you guys, and I probably asked you more than once how your Christmas shopping is going. As I said, this is the last video I'm going to film before I leave, so I haven't left yet. But I'm hoping when I get back, I'll have plenty of stories to tell you. Lots of things to talk about. I'm looking forward to it. It's on the water. I don't think it's going to be warm enough to swim. But it's on the water. And that doesn't matter. I think our hotel is on the water. She and I both like trying new restaurants and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's put these little pieces down and then we'll punch our hole and we'll tie this one shut. I don't know about decorating these. These were the 3 closures I wanted to show you. And then I have these couple over here that, aren't done, but what we could do maybe is glue some pockets in them. And then we'll call it. I really just wanted to come up with some closure ideas. Because it can be difficult when you're trying to figure out, you know, well, what do I do? Oh my gosh, my house is so loud. It's like they don't know how to do anything without being loud. Here they come again. Never mind, nobody came down. They're just being really noisy upstairs. The 2 sets of stairs in my house, the basement stairs and the stairs to the upstairs, they sit right over each other. So somebody was going either up or down the other set of stairs. And I thought they were coming down these stairs again. Like I said, I just want to get this one more filmed. I want to have some stuff, not necessarily up, but ready so that when I get back, I'm not rushing. I have a little bit of time, a little bit of overlap. I have caught up to myself. I mean, I'm just going to have to live with it. But at least I know if I want to, I can get myself a week out if I just buckle in and film a whole bunch. And I don't know, it might be kind of nice to try and do them daily rather than the other, because then you know, I can talk to you guys about what's going on. And okay, so we're gonna get this one down in here. This kind of reminds me of the paneled doors of a wardrobe, since she called these wardrobe somethings. Pockets, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember now. I'll be looking it up again before I... Okay, and then there we have that. And then what I would probably do is notch just these. Here and here. Here and here. Okay, and then it goes in like that. And then what I was thinking was we could take, let's go all the way back to 3/16. Oh, it's gonna have to go like this. I only need the one. Okay, so we're just going to put one in, and then I'm going to put the eyelet in there. I know it's going to look weird with only one, but you could add like a little gem or something to look like it over on the other side. I have to look and see. I need an A on the bottom. I need A on the bottom. No, sorry. 1 on the bottom and A on the top. Okay, and then you guys can see I still fumble around using this thing. Oops. Okay, and then we have that, and my thought was, look at this, isn't this cute? My thought was we could put this through here. You can do one of two things. You can either tie it short and just wrap it around and tuck it in, or we're going to try something a little different. We're going to try pulling this. It probably doesn't need the whole, I probably don't need the whole thing. Let's do to right there maybe. Oops. Okay. And we're going to tie it in a knot right here. I hope this works. I don't know if it will. One side should probably be longer than the other, but okay, so we tie it there, and then what you do is you bring it around like that, and then around like this, and then you tie it right here. Now, of course, this would have to be a, oh, I cut it too short. This would have to be a, what do you call it? A clip-in piece. Yeah, I cut the ribbon too short. Darn it. I thought that was going to be really cute, and I cut it too short. But you get the idea. And definitely the side that wraps more should be cut longer. But you could do it like that if it's going to be a clip-in piece, because or something to tuck in a pocket or something like that. So I thought that would be a cute closure. Now these you can still glue down. The policy envelope and those you can still glue down. Okay, now what was I saying about this one? Oh, we were going to put pockets in it. Let me see this. Can I get 2 out of it? And we'll stack them up the middle. Let me see. We want them to be a little under 4 inches so that they don't interfere with. I want to be a little under 4. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll clip the corners all the way around. Why not? And then we'll do the back-to-back punch so that they sit like this. And then they're definitely going to need ink, and I'm thinking something dark, like if I can find my walnut stain, that would be great. Gathered twigs. I might only have walnut stain in small ones. There it is right there. And I think I'm going to have to change out pads again. Guys, I told you guys before how much I would love to have, like, daubers of every color. I know that's impractical. I know. Doesn't mean I don't want it. Especially impractical in my space because I don't have any place to put that many daubers. The walnut stain. So walnut stain, because this is a brown and I kind of want, I want the pockets to be distinguishable from one another, and I feel like vintage photo would blend in too much. Not even sure walnut stains are going to get it. Although this is ink and not oxide. The oxides seem to like coat the paper. Well, I mean, I suppose the oxides have more of a paint base or something. So they coat like a paint rather than soak like an ink. Does that make sense? I don't know. So an ink would be more like a stain, like a liquid. I don't know if that's correct. I'm just babbling. That's what they seem like to me, because it doesn't take a lot. Very little dabbing on a new pad, and I have enough oxide on there to like color this whole pocket. Like the surface of it. But the ink doesn't seem to be quite as... Okay, so that's them. Now, that's better. Okay, we'll put them in here as pockets. So let me put them in and see where I want them. Because what I'm going to have to do, you know, is mark it. So we're going to mark this. Right there. And we'll put our glue on each side and we'll put this pocket down. Yeah, these videos going up after I get back, they're longer again. Because I'm not as pressed for time. I was trying so hard to get so many videos up at once. That pre-trip week where I was trying to get videos done was like, it was a ton of fun, but it was so like, I don't know. And honestly, if we still had, I told you guys a little while back, we made improvements to our internet, so I'm kind of more able to do these kinds of like a video every day kind of a thing. If this had been our old internet, it never would have happened. I mean, our internet is not like stellar, but it's so much better than it was. And if we still were on our old internet, I never would have been able to get these videos up. I never would have been able to get those videos up for the week. I was gone. It never would have happened. In a million years, it never would have happened. So, yeah, okay, now with this one, what we're going to do is I'm going to get some baker's twine. This is a very, like, I don't know. I want to ink it because I ink the pockets. And the ink is out here, so I'm like... But I'm going to get some baker's twine and we're going to tie this like you would... Oh. Can't get ink from the lid, Cindy. I have to go up and sort out all my gifts and figure out who I've got, who I've bought what for. I probably should have done it before I went on my trip, but as this is the night before I'm actually leaving, remember I told you I was filming 2 videos before I left for when I get back. Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. Me leaving. And I don't know that I still have to pack. I'm like literally leaving tomorrow and I still have to pack. I don't know like if I'm gonna look for stuff while I'm gone for people. Like my son, the slippers, but my other kids, I don't know. I mean, I guess if I see something while I'm gone, and keep in mind that this is before I've left, so if this sounds weird that I'm saying it, I can't ever. Oh, why did I do that? I didn't want to do that. Don't do that. Anyway, I think my biggest problem with these is trying to keep the string tight. I can't tie a bow and keep the string tight. It's like that thing where don't you remember? Some of you ladies may remember what I'm talking about. When you used to wrap presents and somebody would stick their finger and then you would tie around it to hold it tight. Yeah. Well, when you're all by yourself, you don't have an extra hand to do that with. So anyway, but you could do one of those, and then you could either, and I really think that's cute because I think that string goes really cute with that. And then you could just, you can either still tuck that in, or when you're ready, if you decide to, you could glue the string to the back, right? So that it's on there good. And for my money, of course, I would put a piece of masking tape over it. And then you could glue this in as a tuck. And then you could tuck stuff in. And that would be really cute. So those were my ideas. This one would work as long as you had something long enough. But again, this would have to be something that you tucked in, because you couldn't really do this with something that you were going to glue in. You could glue this one in, and you could glue this one in. So I think these are a lot of fun, guys. I think you should give them a shot, and here's some ideas for closures. And I will see you guys on day 31. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.